Themba in the front right here. Obviously, after your last fight, you called for this spot to be the possible backup for the Vicente Luque, Nick Diaz fight, and then it came true. So I guess since then, how's life been? How's camp and just preparation for probably the biggest fight you've faced in your MMA career?
Firstly, thank you guys for coming. And yeah, man, it's a blessing to be here. Manifested this through words and action. And here I am, man. I was not the backup. Nah. I was just manifesting this, that I'll be here. And when Diaz or Luque pulled out, you know, they had options. But the last man standing was Themba Gorimbo. And I'm here now. And Saturday, I will be a ranked fighter. Finally, in my career, I am working towards something that I've always wanted, that is to become the UFC welterweight champion. And yeah, man, I'm grateful of Luque, honestly, because you know what? He does not have to fight me. He didn't need to fight me. There's nothing for him in this fight, but he has to fight me on Saturday, and I have to go out there and win. And I'm going to win. And I'm grateful that he's giving me the opportunity to be a ranked fighter. You know, he could have gone the other way and said no whatsoever, you know. But I'm grateful of him and everyone that played part in this. And yeah, man, it's a blessing to be here. Welcome to the Mamba show.
Well, he did an interview last week, and he said that fighting you actually, he thinks, makes more sense than fighting Nick. Nick Diaz would bring more eyeballs, but in the sportsman-like sense, he said fighting you makes more sense. So I guess what do you make of Vicente as an opponent?
I respect Luque, man. I respect him, and I respect what he has done. It's just, you know, unfortunately we have to fight, and I'm going to win. And I wish him nothing but the best, you know, after the fight. He knows what I present. He knows what's coming, and I know what's coming. I'm fully aware of Luque, and yeah, man, nothing but respect for him. If I mean it, I would say may the best man win, but I'm not going to pretend and say I want him to win. Nah, I'm going to win, and I'm not going to say may the best man win. I wish him nothing but the best after the fight.
Going off of that, I think you tweeted something along the lines of, I don't know how I'll finish him, but I will. So I guess, are you seeing holes in Luque's game, or is that just confidence in your own abilities when you step in there?
Brother, one of the things that I want is to go out there and be myself. I don't think I've lived up to my own potential, not to the world's potential. I don't care what the world says about me. Personally, I know what I can do. And I don't think I've lived up to that yet. And it's just this fight. It makes so much sense for me. I feel like this is my homecoming fight. Luque is good in all areas. And he's a dangerous guy. And when I fight dangerous guys, I do very good. Because you know what? I don't kind of like stall the fight and whatsoever. Like the guys, no disrespect to the guys I've been fighting, but the guys I've been fighting, like, you know, I kind of like go in there knowing I'm gonna win and I'm sure of what I'm gonna do. But this one I know I'm going to win, but I'm also aware that this might be a war. I might have to bleed a lot in this fight to get this victory. And I'm prepared for that. And I know somewhere along the line I'm gonna get a finish. This fight is not going to the judges. I know this. I'm going to finish. I'm fighting to finish. How? I don't care. I don't want to put a stop sign on my potential. I know I can finish him on the ground. I know I can finish him standing. I know I can finish him anywhere. This is just, I want to be free, and I'm happy. I'm dangerous.
And I noticed your social media profile picture is Marvin Hagler. You have something about Kobe Bryant in your bio. So I guess, do you just have like all of these heroes that you look to emulate, or just kind of like feed off of when you do step into the octagon?
And you see my bald head, I didn't cut it. You know, the goatee. That's Marvin Hagler look. I mean, you have the mindset of war when you go to these fights. So that's why I have them Marvin Hagler. Kobe Bryant is my hero. That's why I always, you know, want to say Mamba mentality all the time, because when I switched my mind from just being the ordinary Themba to be the Mamba mindset, and when I started following a lot about Kobe Bryant, I realized my life was changing and my career take a turn. I always have worked hard in my career, and but when I started applying the Mamba mentality, it went to another level.
And just last one for me, there's obviously a couple other big fights in your weight class coming up as well. And just get your thoughts on the co-main event between Shavkat and Ian, and then next week between Colby and Joaquin Buckley.
I don't care about the guys that are fighting after me. When we get there, we'll cross that bridge. I don't want to... I work hard to be here. Why must I talk about other guys, The guy I will talk about is the guy who's in front of me, that's Luque. Those guys, they must do their business. When I get there, I'll cross that bridge and we'll talk about that. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. You don't seem like the kind of guy to feel a lot of pressure, but is there extra motivation going into this because you asked for this and now you've got to deliver because you made it a big point that you want this fight?
I don't have pressure, man. I'm Themba. I just go out there. I create pressure. I create my own pressure. I don't have to. I'm not under pressure from anybody or anything. I'm happy to be here. I'm just going to go out there and do my job. December 7th, 2024, I'm going to win by any means necessary. I don't have pressure.
Thank you.
Themba.
My man.
Are you excited?
Wait. Thank you so much for putting it out there to ask Dana about this fight, and I think that was part of me getting this fight. There were other options. Almost lost this fight, not getting it, and I think it all came down to me having, so many people saying Themba, Themba, Themba. So thank you, Emmy. It's a blessing. Thank you.
Are you excited to be fighting in front of a crowd finally? Your first fight outside the Apex is on a big pay-per-view in Vegas. Are you excited?
It's a fight. It does not matter where I fight. Even if I was fighting Luque in Mars, I don't mind, bro. As long as I'm getting that number, I didn't care. If they told me I was going to fight Luque in the Apex, I didn't care. What's important is the number next to his name that I want. If they took us to go and fight anywhere else in the world, I don't care. I'm going to go and do my job. So I'm happy to just be in the UFC and to fight Luque. It's a blessing, and I'm going to go out there and do my job. The crowd, it's a great thing because I feel like the Apex, no disrespect to the Apex, if they ask me to fight at the Apex, I'll do it over and over and over again. Because you know what? I'm in the UFC, bro. Only certain amount of athletes make it to this stage. So you gotta be grateful. But like the crowd, I feel like it's gonna bring my full potential. And I feel like the Apex has been holding me back a little bit. This is my homecoming fight. I'm ready to bleed. I'm ready to bleed. If my eye is going to have to look that side for me to get this win, bro, I'm coming for everything. That's all I can say.
What would a ranking mean to you? Just, your story, where you've come from. You've been asking for a top fighter. What would a ranking mean to you?
This is not an accomplishment. This is not part of my goal. It's a step towards my goal. The goal is to become the UFC welterweight champion. The ranking makes my point valid. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not an accomplishment that I'll be like, oh, now I'm ranked. Nah, bro. I'm not going to go and celebrate this. I'm going to win and I'm going to be happy, go do what we always do with my friends and my coaches and everything. But this is not the accomplishment. The accomplishment is the goal that I set out when I started this sport 14 years ago to become the UFC welterweight champion. You understand? So getting ranked validates my point, and getting ranked can at least put me into fights that I need to get to the title.
And finally, for me, can you talk a little bit about training at Xtreme Couture and all your new sparring partners and training partners?
Yeah, at Xtreme, we're doing well. Got one of the best minds in the game, that is Eric Nicksick, as my head coach, and obviously I have my coach, my wrestling coach, that is Sloan Hussein. And my boy Sled. But other than that, training Xtreme is good for me because I get to train with guys that were champions and the guys that only live to fight and want to fight. And most of the athletes that are there at Xtreme are all UFC athletes. And it just, you kind of like don't know how good you are until you have to train with these guys, you know. Then you kind of like get that confidence that I'm actually good. And then I use the PI, you know, my man Gavin at the PI and Becky, you know, those guys, I think for the last 6 months, they've seen me at the PI training there 6 days a week, which is unheard of for them because I book them Monday to Saturday. Some fighters book them twice a week or 3 times a week. I book Monday to Saturday because I want to make the most of this, because there were times I wish to have times like this. Now I have to run with this.
Themba, over here, to your left. Xtreme Couture and Coach Nicksick got nominated for Gym of the Year and Coach of the Year. So how does it feel to be a part of that, and what would that mean for you guys if you guys were to come away with those 2 awards?
I mean, Coach Eric is good, he's smart, and I think one of the best things that he has that I don't think a lot of coaches have is ego of wanting everything to be done by him. Like, I bring my own wrestling coach from South Africa, Sloan over there. He does not have a problem with that. I go to do boxing with someone else. He does not have a problem with that. And I go and do my other stuff everywhere else, and then I still come to Xtreme for the knowledge that he has. And I feel like a lot of coaches want to control everything, and they want fighters to be in the palm of their hands. Bro, I'm a fighter. I don't want to be held back, you know. I fight for freedom, and part of fighting is seeking your own freedom, and I feel like he gives fighters freedom to be who they want to be, and obviously guide them when it's time to fight.
Thank
Themba, right here. Themba, right here. You've been very active lately, and you've said you've only seen your daughters for about 15 days in the last 6 months. Does it feel, when you get opportunities like this against Vicente Luque, does it feel like those sacrifices have finally started to pay off a little bit?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think in the last 6 months, I think I moved here to train in June. Then I went home for like 5 days in August. Then I came back, did my camp, and then I went home for another 5 days. Then I flew back to Africa to get my visa renewed. And then I went back to Miami again, I think for 3 days. So that's, I think if you calculate, it's 13 days that I have spent with my kids in the last 6 months, trying to make these things happen for them, you know. My goal is to become the champion, but my other goal is for my kids to have a good life that I have not had when I was growing up. So everything I'm doing is for them in terms of like the monetary benefits and all that. But my main goal is just to become the champion. And I know becoming that comes all the other stuff, and that can solve the other puzzle for my kids' life. But coming back to your question, I mean, if you sacrifice, eventually something is going to give. And this sport is a sport of opportunities. It's either you take opportunities or you get given opportunities. And I feel like I'm taking the opportunity. And of course, Luque is giving me the opportunity. And the UFC is giving me the opportunity. And I have to go out there and take it and run with it. And change my life. I think my life is changed, bro. Like, my life is a blessed life. I think my life is already changed in a beautiful way. I am super grateful, even if I don't have anything right now. I think I've made it in life. Because if you know where I come from, Zimbabwe, Bikita, it's a rural area, bro, like, where it's unheard of for me to just be here. And for me to just, even to be on a plane to come to America, I have made it, bro. But now, it's for my kids and everybody else that, you know, that can benefit through that. So yeah, the sacrifices and the hard work has paid off, still paying off, will pay off. And I'm forever grateful to just be here. What a blessing, what a life this is. And thank you guys. It's a blessing to be here. And I think that was the last question, right? Oh yeah, I wish to be here longer, but yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys on Saturday after I win. Bless you.